use basic concepts of process costing. Our example demonstrates the use of process costing for a continuous manufacturing process of a non-differentiated product. Before tackling the problem, let's consider process costing. Work in process accounting for process costing is easier to understand if we consider two types of units. Virtual units, think of them as empty containers for units started, and equivalent units, the amount of actual work completed. I usually recommend starting the analysis with the balance sheet for virtual units, since this provides a basis for keeping track of the activity. 5 units were started, 3 units were completed, and 2 units are in ending inventory. Equivalent units are transformation of the virtual units that reflect both the work done to individual virtual units and the aggregate amount of work completed. As you can see in the animation, we start with 5 barrels, the virtual units. 3 barrels are completely filled and 2 barrels are 60% filled. Equivalent units are a method that allows us to account for both completed and partially completed barrels. So the equivalent unit calculation is 3 plus 2 times 60%, or 4.2 equivalent units, where in this case an equivalent unit refers to a completed barrel. Back to our original problem. We will first work out the virtual unit balance and then the equivalent unit balance relative to the quantities of compound X. Highlighting the relevant information, we tackle the virtual units first. 100,000 barrels are completed, 0 barrels are in beginning inventory, and 40,000 barrels are in ending inventory. This allows us to calculate that 140,000 barrels were started. A similar type of calculation for equivalent units of compound X can be performed, but we adjust the ending inventory for the fact that the barrels are only 55% complete. The 40,000 virtual units are equivalent to 22,000 units of completed work. This changes the calculation of the equivalence units added during the period. Finally, we tackle the cost allocation issue. Essentially, we allocate the $265,000 in costs evenly across the 122,000 equivalent units that were added. This implies that each equivalent unit, i.e. each completed barrel, of compound X has a cost of $2.172. This unit cost is used to value ending inventory and also cost of goods manufactured.